Today, from 10 News, this is Inside Tennessee.
Good Sunday morning and welcome to Inside Tennessee. Along with my colleague John North, I'm John Becker with another conversation about Knox County politics and an open seat that you will find on this ballot. We are going to hear from the Democrat momentarily, but first, two Republicans in the race to become the new trustee in Knox County. We welcome Commissioner Justin Biggs with us, as well as Richard Jacobs. It's nice to have both of you gentlemen with us on this Sunday morning. And let's start with you, Mr. Jacobs. Why do you want to be the banker for the county? What can you bring to this office that is needed?
Yes, I bring 32 years of business experience where I was running companies up to $800 million. Also bring a very strong financial background from running those companies where one of the positions I had, I was the chief procurement officer, where we managed $8 billion of budget, had thousands of people working for me. And I bring a very strong educational background, including an engineering degree. And I'm a lifelong learner. So I've gotten executive education at Harvard, Columbia, UT Haslam's Lean Manufacturing, but other programs as well, like the GE Manufacturing Program, and recently just passed the Tennessee Life and Health exam as well.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Biggs, you have served on commission. You're jumping out of that to jump into this, but it's an office you know well, having worked in it for so long.
Yes, I have. And I want to say happy Easter and good morning to you both. Thank you for having me on this morning. I am Justin Biggs, and I am running for Knox County Trustee. The reason that I feel best fit for the Knox County Trustee's office is I've worked in that office for a little over 15 years now, 8 years in the current administration. And as you can see, I've helped balance over $3.5 billion of Knox County taxpayer money. I've done a lot of things here in this area. I've been born and raised here my entire life, sixth-generation East Tennessean, and I've got a good grasp on the office. The stability and the accountability in that office is something that I want to keep seeing pushed through since I do work for Mr. Schaus currently. And there's some great things that I want to do in the office, and I want to see them go in the right direction and continue to do so.
Gentlemen, happy Easter to both of you, and thanks, Justin, for that. Let's probe a little bit further in terms of qualifications and why you're the best. I'm going to speak candid with you. No offense to either of you, but I've talked to long-time veteran Republicans who wonder if either of you really is qualified. Justin, what kind of management experience have you got? Because you're now going to be, if you're elected, you're going to be running an office with, what, more than 30 employees? It's one thing to work in it. It's another thing to run it.
Yeah, in my current position now, I manage employees already in the administration, and as well as previous employment, I managed employees as well. Whenever you get down to the meat and potatoes of it, actually, it's going to look a lot like, we have a opportunity to serve the Knox County citizens in the Knox County Trustee's office. And in doing so, you have to have a great team. I know everyone on that team, and it's an amazing team. And I'm going to keep pushing that team forward. As far as my management skills, feel free to ask my current team members right now how they think I'm doing. And I think you'll see a stellar response to that. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let me ask you real quick, and then we'll go to Mr. Jacobs. How many on the team that you're managing now?
Well, unfortunately, that one of them has passed away, so we're right at about 6 right now.
Mr. Jacobs, you heard my question. Some people might be skeptical. You've only been here a few years, so what makes you qualified to come in and run and one of the most significant offices in terms of handling the county's money and my money?
Yeah, so let me go back to management style that you have. So I would describe my management style as the first thing we need to do for make sure all the employees, is have really good communication. And I would describe my management style in kind of a combination of servitude leadership, which includes being customer focused, community focused, having good relations with the employees and the stakeholders. And the other side of that is around coaching. Coaching people to increase their capacity, to get better, to guide the teams, but not do their jobs. On your question of, I look at it that my qualifications, both education and experience, make me qualified for the job. And why I've only lived here 4 years, I think the amount of time living here versus this particular job and the financial and the business acumens and the experience that I have brings me to be the best candidate for the job. I would just quickly add that, we moved here and fell in love with Knoxville, and this is our home and our community.
You're absolutely right. It's a great place to live. One quick follow-up on that is there's something that CTAS, which helps to educate and train municipal employees and leaders, offers, and that's a certified training program. I'm wondering if either of you have gone through that. Justin?
Yes, sir. I have University of Tennessee credit through CTAS. I do. I've done it for the past 4 years now, and I am continuing my education through that. It's something that on County Commission we do, and I do hold course hours through that. Yes, sir.
And what about you, Mr. Jacobs?
No, I have not gone through that at this point.
I want to follow up on something that you've mentioned in your campaign, Mr. Jacobs, and that is transparency within this office. What is one thing that you both would bring to this office that's new that you think would be a better way to communicate your role in this community and your responsibility within the public to manage, is what John mentioned, is millions and millions of dollars. Mr. Jacobs, let's start with you.
Yeah, I would bring two things. One is the office stopped issuing a monthly report in January of 2021. So I think the first thing on transparency we need to do is bring back the monthly report that we're having out there. And I think the other thing is, when it comes to investments, one of the ideas that I want to bring is to form a Knoxville County investment committee that's made up of bankers and other financial leaders, and that committee would help guide the investments we make to make sure that Knox County taxpayers are getting the maximum return, get buy-in from leaders here as well, and then make sure those notes are publicly available.
Mr. Biggs?
Thank you, sir. A lot of things happen in the trustee's office that maybe everybody isn't aware. We offer a plethora of services. We handle and administer all the pilots and TIFs, as well as, there's some services that we do that could affect the disabled veterans and also could affect the elderly and also those that may be having hard financial times. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to go throughout the community into our senior centers actually and talk about the tax relief and tax freeze program. Right now, tax relief, if you make under $31,190, you get back $127 on your taxes. Now, to some that may not seem like a lot, but to a lot of people it is a lot, because that program's offered in the city as well as the county. If you put those together, that's very beneficial to our citizens, as well as if you make under $41,900, we freeze your taxes. And I know that a lot of people are talking about that right now, wanting their taxes frozen. For the disabled veteran portion of it, or its widower, if you qualify, you get back $764. And my father being a veteran, my grandfather and my papa being a veteran, I keep that very close to my heart. And it's something that I want to work on. Right now, as you would know, Mr. Becker, it's probably very hard to become a 100% disabled veteran. In my path forward in the trustee's office, I want to tackle legislation that's going to make sure that we drop that number down. I've already spoken to Mayor Jacobs about this, and this is something that he and I feel like together we can push forward. And let's get more of our veterans on that disabled veteran that have fought for the freedoms of our country. That's one thing I want to do. There's multiple others.
We've got to take a quick break on this Sunday morning, Easter morning. Again, thanks to both of you for joining us. We're going to be back with more of our conversation right after this.